Welcome to the CAP notification and invoice form tutorial. In this tutorial we will be going through the CAP repair notification form, invoice form, and billing completion process. If you have any questions about the content of this tutorial, contact the CAP help desk at 866-361-3933. When a CAP consumer brings a vehicle in for repair, they will need to present you a blue letter of eligibility. If you are presented with anything other than the blue letter, please contact the CAP help desk. The consumer's CAP ID number is located in the upper left side of this letter. At this time, you will verify the consumer's identity matches what is on that letter. Next, prepare a work order with an estimate for the diagnosis and the testing of the vehicle. It is the consumer's responsibility to pay for this. After performing the diagnosis, and prior to performing any repairs, the station is required to fax or email a repair notification form along with your diagnostic information and your station's work order. The repair notification and invoice form is designed to be used as an Excel spreadsheet, and so our tutorial is based on filling it out on Excel. If you do not have an Excel program on your computer, you can download a free program called OpenOffice at openoffice.org. The program will allow you to open and use the Excel file. Let us take a few minutes to look at creating a template for your station. First, you will need to create a file folder on your desktop. Right-click on the desktop and choose New, then Folder, and name it CAP Folder. This will allow you to keep all CAP transactions in an easy-to-find location. Next, open your internet browser and log on to the Bureau of Automotive Repair website at bar.ca.gov. Then scroll down into the drop-down menu titled I am a licensee or applicant and click on Find CAP Forms and Resources. This link has the CAP training, the CAP operations manual, and other resources that you will need as a CAP station. Now click on the link titled Repair Notification / Invoice Form. The screen will ask you if you want to open or save the document. Go ahead and click on Open, and it will open to the Invoice tab of the workbook. Start by saving this to your folder on your desktop. Click on File, Save As, locate the CAP folder, and name the file CAP Template and save. Next, we will complete the template by filling in your station information in the top left section of this page, starting with your station ARD number. Then your station's name, your mailing address, the city, the state and zip code, and the station's phone number. For the next section, you will need to determine if you will be faxing or emailing your notification forms to CAP. If you are faxing them, then enter your station fax number. If you are emailing them, then enter your email address. You must choose one or the other. Do not put both in this box. If you choose to email, then you must follow directions for emailing as outlined later in this tutorial. Remember, your fax machine must be on a dedicated fax line with no other devices on it. Next, we move over here and enter our station cap agreement vendor number. This number can be found in the top right-hand corner of your new cap standard agreement. If you're unsure of your number, please contact the cap help desk. Next, enter your labor rate and your tax rate. This information should match what is on record with CAP. If it does not, you can update this information by completing an updated station questionnaire. Now hit Save. Now it is time to complete a repair notification form. This form must be completed and faxed or emailed to CAP after receiving authorization from the consumer and prior to performing those actual repairs. CAP will stamp it received and fax or email it back to you. Remember, do not wait for CAP to return a received copy in order to begin work on the vehicle. CAP stations now have an option of sending the required notification information by email. To do this, the station must follow the directions for emailing documents. CAP will not accept email documents unless they are properly sent. First, download and create a notification invoice form template as instructed earlier in this video. You will put an email address in place of the fax number. Create a single PDF file that includes a repair notification form, work order, and diagnostic information, and any other information in a single document. CAP does not provide instruction or assistance in creating PDF documents. If you are unable to do so, then you must fax them. Next, you will send the document as an attachment to an email, and email it to rnf@dca.ca.gov. The notification will be emailed back to you at the address on the repair notification form. To complete a repair notification form, we'll start by returning to the CAP folder that we had placed on the desktop and click on CAP template that we had created in this folder. Since we do not want to type on this workbook, we will save a copy. Click File and Save As. And name it. I suggest you name it for the month and year that you are using it. The workbook opens to the Invoice tab. You will also see tabs Repair 1 through Repair 10 and a Form Instructions tab along the bottom. You can do up to 10 CAP repairs on one invoice. Start on Repair tab 1. This is your repair notification form. To complete the repair notification form, we will start in section 1 by filling in the CAP ID number. Then the vehicle license plate number, and the customer's last name. This information must match what is on the letter of eligibility from the consumer. Next, we drop down into section 2, where we will enter the diagnostic charge for this repair. This amount must match exactly what is on the station's invoice for this consumer. Then enter the price of the smog check if one is performed. Again, this amount must match exactly what is on your station invoice for this customer. Do not include the cost of the smog inspection certificate. If a second test is charged, then enter that also on the next line. Next, in Area 3, you will want to complete that section by choosing a labor guide from the drop-down menu. Enter your station's repair order number and the license of the technician doing the repair. Next is Section 4. This is where you will enter the repair information, beginning with Repair Notification 1. Be sure to familiarize yourself with Section 5.6 and 5.7 of the CAP Operations Manual. This area has a list of items that CAP will not reimburse for. By clicking on the first box, you will see a drop-down menu of repair choices. Pick the repair that you are doing and click on it. If the repair is not in the drop-down menu, simply type in the repair on that line. Do not enter any other information, such as the diagnostic information. Then enter the labor units for replacing this part. The amount of time must match exactly to what is in the labor time guide that you referenced for this repair. Multiply the labor unit by your labor rate and enter that total. Then enter the parts quantity and the parts price, and you will see that the sheet then calculates the tax and the totals for this line. On the next line, you will enter the next repair. And if you need a line for just a part only, just type in the name of the part and enter that amount. Remember, do not enter a catalytic converter into Repair Notification 1 if you are submitting for upstream repairs. The only time a catalytic converter can be entered in Repair Notification 1 section is if it is the only repair being performed on the vehicle. Now we drop to the bottom in Section 5 and fill out the signer's name, title, and the date. Now print and fax or email the notification form along with the diagnostic information and the work order to CAP. CAP will stamp it received and return it back to you within 3 business days. Contact the CAP Help Desk if you have not received it by then. The CAP fax number and email address are located at the top of this page. Remember, if you choose to email it, you must follow the directions outlined in Section 5.9 of the CAP Operations Manual. After completing the initial repairs and verifying the effectiveness of those repairs, if the vehicle needs further work, you will enter that on the next notification section. Again, the sheet will calculate the totals. You will now print and fax or email this to CAP. The workbook has room for up to 10 vehicles to be entered, and all vehicles entered on this workbook will be billed at the same time. You do not have to wait to get 10 vehicles to bill CAP. However, when you submit a bill from this workbook, you cannot use it again. Once repairs are completed, you will need to submit an invoice to CAP for payment. Filling out the invoice form completely and correctly is crucial to prevent delays in payment. First, click on the Invoice tab. Here you will see that the repair information entered on Repair Notification Form 1 is on line 1 of the invoice form. Complete the invoice by entering the station billing invoice number. You may want to use the name that you gave this workbook as an invoice number. Each billing invoice must have its own individual number. Now print your name and date it. When printing, make sure that the legal statement in red is visible on your invoice. Without it, CAP is unable to pay the invoice. You may need to adjust your print parameters to get it all on one page. You are now ready to print and sign this form. Be sure you sign it in blue ink. It will be returned to you if it is not. An invoice package must then be mailed to the address at the top of the CAP invoice. The invoice package must be mailed to CAP and must include the following: the CAP invoice, the final copy of the repair notification form, a photocopy of the station's final invoice as provided to the consumer, and all the diagnostic information. Please allow 4 to 6 weeks for payment. Just a quick reminder of items that can slow down the repair notification process. Make sure you have entered the correct labor units. Your labor and testing charges are what CAP have on file and match what is on your work order. And you have completed all the sections of the form. And before mailing that invoice, double check and make sure your mailing address is correct on the CAP invoice. Be sure to include all the required documentation. Double check your tax and labor rates and your CAP agreement and vendor number. And be sure to sign it in blue ink. This concludes this tutorial. If you have any questions, please contact the CAP Help Desk at 866-361-3933.